So what's going on, guys? It's Tana here, and recently I've been getting a bunch of questions and a bunch of comments, DMs, Discord server pings, saying like, Tana, you're the hybrid guy, what hybrid's the best? And today, guys, I have the answer for you. Now, we're going to be breaking these down into categories, and I'll have timestamps linked in the description. We'll be going over Vastoquinn, Anomaly, and then some closing statements, so just make sure to skip to the timestamp that you want to. But starting off this video, we're going to be starting off with Vastoquinn, which in my opinion is indeed the weakest one. And you might be wondering, Tana, what do you mean it's the weakest one? I thought it was insane. You have like these giant Ceros, and like it's insane, and like you can just like play range. And listen, I'll get to some points in a second, but yes, Vastoquinn is extremely strong if you play it in a extremely cheesy way. Now what I mean by that is, yes, you can be good. I mean, you could obviously make anything good with an amount of cheese that you put onto it. I mean, with that is a wall. With Vastoquinn, though, the way that you make it good, in a sense, is you have to play range. You have to play cheese, because you're not going to be hitting someone up close with your Cero arrows. It's just never going to work. So unfortunately, what that forces you to do is play a very range and cheesy way to just make it good. And in my opinion, that just makes it bad, because if it's only locked to one playstyle, like the other hybrids, they're not locked to a singular playstyle. You can play them however you want to, and they'll still be good. But with Vastoquinn, you're locked to basically one playstyle, and that's just either playing range or either playing really cheesy. And in my opinion, that's not how it should be. But going over some points, it has a very good range playstyle, which I just said right now. I mean, the lifesteal, listen, you can count that as a net positive, but at the same point, I mean, they just nerfed it from an entire 10 lifesteal to, guess what, a whopping 5. Yep, a whopping 5 HP lifesteal. Yep, because that's going to be, oh my god, what's going on? Yeah, because that's going to be really important. 5 HP per lifesteal, which, I mean, yes, it does add up. And you will, if you're playing range, like I just said, you will be regenerating a lot, and you will also passively be regenerating your. It'll just be passively regenerating health, and that's always good. It does have good good damage. I mean, on my build alone, I am running True Blood Core, and my arrows are doing about, I'd say, about 5% an arrow. And with Cero Oscars as well, with the Cero arrows, people usually aren't going to try and parry them. They're either going to try and outrun them, outrange you, or just straight up block them, which you can then punish with even more arrows or moves, which in my case, I am using Quincycar with this build, because like I said, cheese playstyle makes this good. But yeah, man, in my opinion, Vastoquinn is going to be getting a clean 4.5 out of 10 for me. Now moving on to Vastoquinn. Now with Vastoquinn, it's an entire different story. Unlike Vastoquinn, which just basically forces you to play a ranged playstyle, Vastoquinn actually does the complete opposite and allows you to play a lot more aggressive and a lot more just swing and kill in that sense, because what it does is it combines the Let's buffs with the Roncar buffs, smashes them into one, and you get Vastoquinn. Basically one of the best hybrid races in the game, if not the second best to Anomaly, which we will be getting into later on in this video. But let me go over why though. With Vastoquinn, you get double buffs on basically any of your previous Vastoquinn moves. So if you had, let's say, dodge variant, you get 2 dodges. If you had proficiency variant, your moves are now doing even more damage. If you had hero variant, you get a crap ton more heroes. And in my opinion, that's just insanely good. For Christ's sake, extra dodges can be an entire point in itself, because listen, 1 dodge is already OP enough. Now you bring in 2 dodges. Look inside of my head. 2 dodges, that's just insane in my opinion, because 2 dodges, that is 2 free escapes of damage, and it comes back both in the same, it doesn't go like 1 and then 2, nope, they instantly just come back at the same time, so you have 2 dodges off cooldown, just ready to pop and go in for even more aggressive playstyles. You have if you're running proficiency, you also have just a crap ton more damage with your moves, and also at the same point, Vastoquinn, yes, when you pop Vastoquinn, it gives you the Let's Health pack. Something that Vastoquinn have not had in the game since release. We finally have a health pack to Vastoquinn, which in my opinion instantly just brings us up a couple of points higher, and it's just insane because it also makes you a lot more tankier, because like I said, if you are running hero variant with Vastoquinn, it just buffs your not buffs your damage, it buffs your HP a crap ton, because you're going to be sacking a lot more hero, and it automatically applies that hero as well. So I mean, it's just honestly, oh yeah, I forgot to also say that it also applies the Let's buffs. We don't know what Let's buffs are, quote unquote, but at the same point, you can probably guess it's going to be like HP, defense, speed, and damage most likely. So just all that stacking together is just really, really insane. And also, I mean, like I said before, it doesn't limit you to one playstyle. It limits you to literally, it gives you unlimited playstyles. You can play passive, you can play aggressive, you can play tanky, you can play a glass cannon if you want to with this build. You can literally do anything. Christ, you can even go a wrong card keto and it'd still be good because the amount of damage you'll be doing with proficiency varying. It's just insane to me. For that reason alone, I'm going to be giving this an 8 out of 10. Now, moving on to Anomaly. Now, with Anomaly, this might come as a shock to some people, but people are actually calling this, on release, people are calling this the worst hybrid race, and for good reason, actually, because Cetro, yes, Cetro, our favorite balancer and our favorite type soul manager, what he thought was going to be a good idea was to remove the ray regen on when you pop your Shikai. So it literally limits you to just using your base weapon and not basically having a Shikai, not having an element, not having a resurrection, not having a shrift. That's what it basically means. And you're only able to use your base moves here. Let's just say that this was gone. Exit out of your screen. Oh, wrong button. But yeah, gratefully though, he realized, oh wait, this isn't a good buff, or this isn't a good nerf, and he actually reverted it and buffed it on top of that. So now Anomaly, in my opinion, is in fact the strongest hybrid in the game, and for good reason. Let's talk about this. So, well, obviously with Anomaly, the biggest gimmick about it is that you can swap from Quincy weapons, you can swap from Arankar weapons, you can swap from Shikai weapons, and in my opinion, that is just insane on its own, because like, I'm guessing that a majority of people watching this video have seen my Anomaly showcase. I'll leave that linked in the description if you want to go and see that. But in that showcase, my friend was using, I believe, Zweiss and Dagger, two very, very, very fast M1 speed weapons, and the fact that you can switch between both of them for different combos and different playstyles is just insane, especially with the crits, because you can just mix up crits, you can get in a bunch of pressure, you can get in a bunch of damage. It's insane. Now moving on to our next one, however, the crits do not share a cooldown. Yep, they do not share cooldown, so you can use your base weapon crit and then swap to your Shikai, use that crit, and basically just go in and abuse people. And that ties into my next point, actually, which allows for different playstyles, because you can either have two weapons that go together really aggressively, or you can have one weapon that, has hyper armor, and the next weapon that does a lot more damage. It's just, you can mix and match to your own desire, and it's just really, really good. And also, something that I feel like people forget with Anomaly is that they're actually getting Vasto Rage in the future. Yep, the mods and the developers did say that they are planning to add Vasto Rage in a future update for Anomaly, and that just makes it even better in my opinion, because Vasto Rage is probably going to be insane. And like I said before, the combo potential obviously is insane with the two weapons mix matching, and just it also did get rebuffed, like I said earlier as well. And it also, I feel like this is one of the things that people very much overlook, and that's that Anomaly actually has infinite defense. And what I mean by the fact that it has infinite defense is that your hero and your blood instantly instantly counter change. So when you run out of one, you swap to the other. When you run out of the other, you swap to the other. And it just keeps on repeating, keeps on repeating, keeps on repeating. So it's basically giving you infinite defense. Infinite defense and infinite health. Oh yeah, and then I also forgot to mention that it gives you hero and blood. Not just one or the other, it gives you both of them to interchange and swap automatically. Yeah, it's just honestly insane. And for that reason alone, I'm going to be ranking Anomaly a 10 out of 10. Now let's get to these closing statements, man. Now honestly, no matter what hybrid race you want to go for, Type Soul, we can learn something from Type Soul here. It's that hybrid races probably weren't a good addition to the game, and the reason I say that is because I'm not saying it from a new content standpoint. New content's always good, but it's the fact that the content that we're getting is unbalanced in a sense, and it ruins the flow of the gameplay. Because let's say that I'm a new player and I'm trying to get into clan wars to get my hybrid, but there's an entire clan full of hybrids, full of these buffed up, just brawlic, I have all these buffs, I can one-shot you with one hand, I have True Blood, I have Vastoquinn, all stacking into one, and it's just unfair, it's unbalanced. And the fact that the NPC was also bugged for, like, I believe 2 days, allowing no one to basically get their progress done, and it also even bugged progress in some points, meaning that people also got locked out of these hybrid races. That just also kind of adds a cherry on the top to show that maybe hybrids weren't ready for the game yet. I obviously know that Cetro is trying to get, like, the most content he can and, like, the most money out of people he can for stuff like that, but in my opinion, go whichever hybrid race you want to. They're all, in my opinion, balanced, and they all can be used for different playstyles and different, things like that. The first harbor of the race I got was the Vastoquinn, and Vastoquinn, honestly, I enjoy it because I'm a Quincy, and because I also just really think that Saros shooting out of your bow and arrow is just insane, and just a really cool concept. But like I said, use whatever you want to. The game is your oyster. Why am I getting beat up? But like oh, wow, he was one shot. Alright, no, but like I said, though, guys, yeah, man, honestly, take what you want to from this video. Make sure to like, make sure to sub, make sure to join my Discord, linked in the description, man. Make sure to become a member if you also want to, you know, support me, support my informative videos. A new documentary I'm going to be dropping very, very soon, so make sure to be on the lookout for that, man. And I'll see you on the next one, bruh. Peace out.